Robin, and I've been here at Camas for 4 weeks. I leave tomorrow, and I'm reflecting about the time I've spent here and how indescribable it is to be given the gift of being here. I received strong guidance to be here, and I just cannot thank Spirit enough, thank God enough for this time. I feel this precious deepening of trust in the truth of who I am. That's really strengthened since I've been here. It seems amazing to me that in 4 weeks, 4 weeks doesn't sound like much, but it seems so powerful and transformational that I've been able to slow down, to slow the body and the mind, and to really listen and fully accept Spirit's presence in my mind, and that it's there at any instant I ask for it. I was under the impression and was believing that there was some delay or that I was doing this incorrectly. I just wasn't getting it. That's been a popular kind of theme in my journey, and that has been swept away. And that is absolutely astounding. And there's such a sense of power and strength in the truth that I just can't describe, and I can't overstate what a blessing this has been, to be able to stop and listen and get confidence that I'm listening to the voice for God in my mind, and that it is always there, just waiting for me. The practical opportunity that co-living presents, it's just so precious. So I'm just so grateful for that. Another thing that comes to mind is this theme in my life and my personality self, that I thought that being around others was a drag, that I was better off spending time alone physically, spending time alone emotionally, but I noticed that I was not happy. Cycles of depression, cycles of anxiety, of self-abuse in the mind, and then the behaviors of self-abuse would come up and would seem irresistible. In the time that I've spent here, that's been washed away. It's such a blessing to be surrounded by mighty companions, and I wasn't really expecting that. That came as a surprise. Before I arrived, there was some resistance and some, projecting into the future that this would be a bummer and it would be a struggle. But since the day I arrived, the blessing of being able to share and just be in the company of others, whether it's in silence or the daily expression sessions, it's been such an uplifting and healing gift to just expose where I'm at in any given moment, and to have the fears to be listened to truly, but the practice of true empathy that everyone is dedicated here. Nobody feeds in. I've noticed that a lot. Nobody feeds my story. Nobody feeds the story, and it allows just this dissolving away of these fears that I've been holding. These ancient fears, seemingly, they're not just from a lifetime. It seems that these fears and this hatred that the separation idea has generated in my mind, it goes so deep, just sharing these ego thoughts, the fears, the self-loathing, the jealousy, all of that stuff, the unworthiness. It has dissolved in dramatic ways. I had an extreme emotional experience about halfway through my stay, and it was just this deep fear in the form of expressing through singing. It's been this lifelong kind of painful thorn in my side that I just couldn't face, and I had asked for years and tried different ways in the world to deal with why am I so afraid to express? Why am I so afraid to share my gift? And it just really transformed while I was here. And the emotion was allowed to come up. And I was really upset that nobody was into my story. It seemed unjustified, and then I had to work with the story of the story of Robin and how I've experienced this pain. And by mid-afternoon, I had reached out to a brother. I realized I was lost in ego, judgment around it, and nothing was shifting, and I was trapped. And I reached out to a brother, and it changed in 5 minutes. I just was able to step back. And then the sharings continued throughout the day. And I've been carrying that thing around since time began. It is so, so deep and ancient, this self-hatred and this fear of love. Fear, just be and let love shine through. And I am just stunned and eternally grateful that there was a true loosening of that. And once I joined with my brothers, then I was able to step back a little more and actually listen to spirit. Because when I was stuck in that place, and I see that I've been doing that in my whole life, getting so wrapped up in the story, and it was so deep and dark and so fearful and painful that I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't able to step back enough to even hear spirit advise me about this. And I've received very practical, simple messages from spirit. And, it's just invaluable. I was given a message that I've been focusing on behavior. I've been focusing on the body, and that the healing of the mind is what's always where the answer lies. So there's such a strength and a power and a certainty that I've gained here just by showing up and offering my willingness, even if I didn't think I was even willing to heal or willing to give up a grievance. Suddenly it was dissolving, or I could at least step back and hear guidance as to what to do next. And I feel some of the days I've spent here felt like 2 years of healing in 12 hours. It's a speed up. It's a drastic speed up, and it's been a joy. It truly has been a joy. There's been discomfort, of course. The emotion has come up, but it comes up and then it dissolves. And if it doesn't, I just ask again. And the allowance of being here in this community and sharing these experiences, I just can't place a value on it in the world's terms. I'm just so grateful. And it's a gift that you don't think is possible, and yet it's there, just waiting for you in every moment. Just becomes this beautiful gift and a beautiful sharing. And now I look forward to being around people. I love walking into the kitchenette and there's 2 people sitting there, whether they're speaking, whether they're quiet, it doesn't really matter. Just in the silent presence and in the sharing, there's just gifts everywhere you look. And I'm so glad to have those ideas about being alone is better and isolating is better and keeping quiet is better. It's so clear that I've just been too invested in the ego for any alternative to be realized. And this experience of 4 weeks has given me all of that and so much more. So just, wow, yeah. Just resting in gratitude and feeling so blessed. So blessed. My brothers are treasures, and I look forward to leaving tomorrow. I feel ready. There's not a clinging that this is a special place, that everything I've learned is going to be somehow forgotten. That went through my mind a few days ago, and it's been released, and I feel ready to take the next steps in my life and let spirit lead and trust that everything is being arranged for me and that the path is being cleared of any obstacles, and that I just have to continue to listen and rely on my mighty companions and reach out and stay connected to Source, and that's always the answer. So hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.